Well, howdy there, folks, and welcome into today's video. Hope you guys are doing great as always out there. Today we got to talk about why I'm not selling a certain stock. And essentially, over the past 24 hours, a lot of people have been like, hey, you selling out a blah, blah, blah stock because another big YouTuber sold half their shares in this stock yesterday, okay? And first off, okay, let's address a few things here off the top. One is I'm a little busy, so I don't usually get to keep up with other YouTubers' stock moves, needless to say, right? I have my YouTube channels to worry about. I have my private stock group to worry about. I have the Hungry Bowl app to worry about. And I have my own stocks to worry about. Plus, I have a family and those sorts of things. So I don't get very much of an opportunity to see what other YouTubers are making for moves out there. And I just want to say that first and foremost. Also, I want to say I never make my decisions based upon what another YouTuber says if they're buying a stock or selling a stock. Like, it is what it is, right? And in regards to this particular individual, yeah, I mean, they're in and out of a lot of stocks. There's no disrespect to them, right? And there's no shots. It's just this person's in and out of stocks all the time. Like, it would be a full-time job for me to keep up with all the stocks they're buying and selling all the time, right? And so me and my personal investment strategy, usually if I'm investing in a stock, I'm investing in that stock to hold it for years to go in the future. I'm not just looking to swing out of it and swing into this thing and do a Tarzan type thing, right? And I'm swinging all around the jungle. Usually if I'm buying in a stock, I'm buying in it because I believe it has multi-years of a run to go on. I think it has 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x potential over the coming years. If the stock doesn't usually have that type of opportunity, I'm usually not getting involved with that stock, right? Like, for the most part, if I'm getting involved with the stock and I'm investing a considerable amount of my money in it, meaning 6 figures plus, usually I'm doing that because I believe it has exponential upside. So if that stock goes up for me 5%, 10%, 20%, I'm not interested in selling that stock. And I'm not going to do a type of thing where I'm like, well, it might go back down. So I could sell out now. I'll buy it back next week or buy it back next month. No, because that puts me in a framework of like a mentality of then I'm just, trying to become a swing trader at that point in time. And it's like, I'm trying to time things out and get in and out of that stock. And it's just, that's not what has worked for me successfully for the past decade plus. And I'm just not looking to go down that route, right? And once you start going down that route, you usually keep going down that route, and it's just a rabbit hole you can't get out of, and then you're starting to think you're smarter than everybody else, and you're going to get in and out of these stocks all the time. And sometimes it works, right? Sometimes you can time it out where you're out of a stock, and then it goes down, you can get back in it, and you save yourself 5-10% or whatever, right? And you definitely feel like a genius in those moments, right? But usually that's just not the way to do it, right? Plus, you're going to have to pay a whole lot more in taxes on those short-term gains. So there's many different reasons why I don't implement that strategy, and I just buy into a stock. If it goes down a bunch more and I love the fundamentals just as much, if not more than before, I'm going to lower my cost based on that stock, and I'm going to buy more and more shares and hold that baby for the coming years to hopefully get the huge gains on that, okay? Now, in regards to this specific stock we're about to get into here, this is one of those stocks that I think has ridiculous upside over the coming years. And I'm not in, especially when it comes to this stock, I'm not in this stock for some 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% gain. I'll buy some dividend stock if I'm worried about those sorts of gains, or some value stock, right? This is one of those stocks that has ridiculously silly upside. And so I don't care this stock could double tomorrow, and I'm not selling my shares. I'm not selling even one share. This stock doubles it tomorrow and goes from whatever it's trading at today to double the price. I wouldn't sell one share of this stock. This is one of those stocks that has, in my opinion, such a crazy opportunity in front of it that I'm not interested in taking some short-term profit in this one, okay? And so I just want that to be set, okay? Right off the front here. So I hope you guys enjoy this as always. Hope you enjoy my investment strategy. All I ask for is that you guys smash that thumbs up button. As always, it helps out huge in the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate all you guys for being here as always. Alrighty, so let's get into this stock, okay? The stock is Voyager Digital, VYGVF, okay? Now, the stock went up almost 10% again here today. Why am I not interested in Voyager? Let's kind of get into that for a moment. And keep in mind, the stock has went on a big run, right? I mean, it went from $8.90 to $16 in a matter of like a snap of fingers, like in a matter of a few trading days. But remember, when this stock was trading at $8.90, it was, oh man, what's the best way to describe it? Stupid, okay? Stupid, like ridiculous. Like, what is it doing trading at $8.90? Like sometimes stocks go to like almost inconceivable levels where it's just like, I cannot believe the stock is really trading at that, right? Either so overvalued that you're like, this is like stupid how overvalued the stock is, or undervalued, right? Where it's like, this is ridiculous that it is trading at this level. And I looked at this stock trading at $8, $9 a share, and it was stupid, okay? It should not have been even remotely trading at that level. Like, this is just crazy, okay? I think, honestly, $16 is still foolishly low, okay? But never mind $8, $9, it's just like, what is going on here? Like, do people, like, at all understand the stock or at all understand, like, where the opportunity is? Now, keep in mind, Voyager stock is an OTC stock, okay? This is not a big Wall Street stock. This is not owned by all the big hedge funds or something like that. I would be, I think more than likely this is going to get on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ within the next few quarters. Obviously, there's no announcement from the company on that. I'm just, I've been doing the stock market for quite a while, and I've seen some of these stocks, rise in the game. And I would just, I believe that in the next, let's say 3 or 4 quarters, at some point the stock will get on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ, and then it is prime time for this baby. And then the hedge funds start buying in, then Wall Street starts buying in. And in my opinion, it won't be that far after that this stock can get on the S&P 500, right? That is my personal opinion. None of that is known. That is just me looking at my crystal ball and saying what I believe, okay? Now, Voyager Digital here. Today is trading at about a $2.6 billion market cap, which, once again, I feel like this is a foolishly low stock price and market cap right now. So, it's just, it's ridiculous. Like, in my opinion, this is going to be a $4, $5, $6, $7 billion company not too far into the future here. As far as market cap, you got to get this baby off the OTC, get it on the New York Stock Exchange, get on the NASDAQ, and off the OTC exchange, in my personal opinion, because that's just going to open the company up for massive amounts more of investors. And the company can then, if they ever want to raise money, it's going to be so much easier for the company. If they ever want to take out debt, it's going to be so much easier for the company versus being an OTC stock. But the thing is, Voyager has come out of nowhere. So if you're wondering why is this still, an OTC stock for the most part, it came out of nowhere. Like, this company, no one ever heard of this company 18 months ago, right? This company has went in, and now all of a sudden they're going to do hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue per year, right? In amazing growth. It came out of absolutely nowhere. So let's not forget that in regards to Voyager Digital. And so, yeah, needless to say, when you've got one of these type of stocks, it's going to get to some silly, silly levels, needless to say, okay? Now, me personally, I have, bought a good amount of shares in the stock, right? So far, I'm up $11,000 on these shares. And remember, it wasn't that dang long ago that I was down $90,000, or I think it was even more than $90,000 at the lows. I have 15,555 shares. If this stock went to 32 tomorrow, I would not sell one share of this stock, not even one share. Cost base on this one's $15.29 for me in regards to Voyager Digital. Look at how many times I've bought this stock at different prices, right? Basically, what this shows you is anything that's lower than $23, I am an outright buyer of this stock. I mean, from the start of this position at 16, all the way buying at 22, 18, 17, 16, 15, 12, 11, 15, 12, 11, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Look at all those nines, right? And then I even bought some shares here recently at 14.77, 555 shares in my big dog count, right? It doesn't matter the price for Voyager, if it's under 23, I'm buying the stock, and I'm buying and I'm buying and I'm buying, okay? That's what that shows you there. I've been buying the stock for months because I think it has some crazy upside potential over the coming years. And whether I'm proved right or proved wrong is going to play out over the next several years, right? And also remember, I do not have much crypto exposure at all. I own a bunch of the VGX coin. I own over 30,000 VGX coin. And I don't own any Bitcoin outright. I don't own any Ethereum outright. I don't own any ADA outright, right? And so for me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is my crypto exposure. If crypto is a massive market that grows exponentially over the next 5-10 years, in my opinion, Voyager is going to be one of the main players in this market, okay? And if that's true, this stock price should absolutely be a beast over the next 3, 5, 7 years, right? And so that's why I'm willing to put, if not over the next 2 years, that's why I'm willing to put my chips on the table, and I'm willing to buy this stock. Basically, anything under 23, I have been a buyer of, and I put my money where my mouth is in regards to the stock, right? Now, So right now, as of today, like I just took the screenshot, on the iOS store, this is the 26th most popular app in the entire finance category, Voyager is, okay? Very, very popular nonetheless, and gets very, very high reviews. So most people love this, and I've tested this with a ton of people that have a lot of crypto knowledge and folks that don't have much crypto knowledge at all. And all of them have said, oh, Voyager's kind of got something good going on here, either around the interface, or the ones that are more experienced are talking about the interest rates they get on essentially just for holding their Bitcoin and Ethereum inside the Voyager app. And then they talk about, well, this VGX coin, it's kind of a no-brainer to buy the VGX coin because you get more interest on the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptos you hold inside Voyager, okay? And then also you get these crypto-backed rewards if you hold a certain amount of VGX as well, right? And so people are looking at this, and when they get actually educated on Voyager, they're like, this is kind of pretty dang awesome, okay? And so needless to say, from folks that aren't educated on crypto and folks that are educated on crypto, I've heard nothing but a lot of positive things about Voyager overall, and a lot of folks are transferring their money from other brokerages or other exchanges into Voyager because they realize these opportunities and whatnot. So yeah, needless to say, number 26 in the overall finance category is really good. And from my understanding on Android, they actually rank even higher than iOS. Now, over the weekend, at one point, this actually was at top 10 for most of the weekend. I think I took this screenshot, maybe it was Friday or something like that. And at that time, it was 13. But most of the weekend, it was spending at number 9 in the finance category. In my opinion, this was because of essentially a big deal they did with Mark Cuban, where if you deposit a certain amount of money, you got a bunch of Bitcoin, basically for making your deposit or whatever. So that was a huge bump up in Voyager, and it went top 10 for most of the weekend if you were tracking that on iOS. And from my understanding, it went even, I think, top 5 at some point on Android in the finance category. So huge deal. There's a massive influx of customers that are coming to Voyager literally, right now. And this is really, really darn exciting for not just the next quarterly numbers, but for the next year plus numbers for Voyager overall. Because remember, when folks get more educated on Voyager, they realize, oh, this is pretty dang cool. This is pretty dang awesome. They start telling their friends and family about this, and it becomes a bigger and bigger thing out there, right? Remember, 18 months ago, no one knew of Voyager. Now, a lot of people are starting to know of Voyager, okay, and a lot more over the next year. Now, I listened to the earnings call of this company a day or two ago. It was amazing. I mean, you just can't listen to an earnings call and walk away from this company with being anything other than extremely excited about the future of this company, what they're doing, and where the long-term opportunity is for Voyager Digital. So I am nothing but, very pleased about the future of Voyager Digital, and this is why I'm in this stock, because I believe it has crazy upside. I don't think, there aren't many stocks that I hold that I could say could triple or quadruple in a matter of the next 12 to 24 months. Almost none of my stocks I would fit into that category other than Voyager Digital. Voyager Digital is literally the only company I hold that if this stock tripled or quadrupled up over the next 12 to 24 months, I would not be surprised. And I can't say that for any of my other stocks. I love my other stocks. I love Tattoo Chef. I love Corsair Gaming, right? I love The Planet. I love Tesla. I love all my other stocks. But there's no stock I hold that I would be like, if it tripled or quadrupled up in the next, year or two, that I would be, this is the only one I hold that I wouldn't be surprised if that did that. Let's just put it that way, because the growth numbers are so ridiculous for the company, and the valuation got so pushed down for many various reasons, including, I think, from being an OTC stock, okay? So that earnings call, if you didn't get a chance to listen to it on the Hungry Bull app. It's on there, and enjoy it, okay? The Hungry Bull. It's on iOS. It's on Android now. It's not quite as popular as Voyager, but maybe someday it can be, okay? All right, so look at the growth numbers for this company. First off, this is expected to be a profitable company, an extremely profitable company over the next year, and expect to have 200% revenue growth. Or you're flipping my flapjacks. 200% revenue growth, guys. This is why I'm not selling this stock. I mean, I'm not going to go and sell out of a stock that has expected 200% revenue growth, that has so many customers coming into it, right? That are depositing substantial amounts of money. And when I think about the long-term opportunity in front of this company, why do I have to cash out of this stock now? No. this is one I'm willing to hold for the coming years. Outside of a multi-year bear market, I am a massive believer in Voyager. The only way I think this stock would be just let's call it just stock is literally a multi-year bear market for crypto. Outside of that scenario, I think this stock is going to be an absolute animal and arguably my biggest upside stock in the entire stock market, okay? And that's saying a lot because I own a lot of stocks that I believe in immensely for the coming years. But this one, let me be clear, this one takes the cake over every other stock I hold, okay? Now, you'll also say, why not make this a much bigger position? I might continue to make this a bigger position, okay? That is some food for thought there. Second part is, obviously, it is a crypto play, so I don't want to get too overexposed, right? I would certainly not call myself the biggest crypto bull in the world, right? I think that's a huge market that's going to continue to grow, but there's, millions of people that are more bullish on crypto than me long term. I just look at this stock as being a picks and shovels type business, and they're going to get into NFTs and so many other products they're going to get into now, and they're making all these very, very, I got to say, Steve, I believed in him and I've questioned him, right? Hugh, he's an old vice president of E-Trade, and he saw what happened with that boom, with the stock market boom, back in the late 90s into 2000. And I think he's implementing a strategy that is going to be much more solid for Voyager. So if there ever is a big multi-year, let's call it bear market for crypto, I think Voyager will be able to get through it better than a lot of the stock brokerages did back in the day. And I've questioned him sometimes in terms of some of his relationships and whatnot. But I got to say, the Dallas Mavericks one and getting in with Mark Cuban, that one was, I will say, that one was very, very intelligent decision in my personal opinion, okay? I'll give him, definitely, he deserves a lot of credit for that. He also deserves credit for the fact that they've taken this company from a nothing, no one knows about company 12 to 18 months ago to being like this big thing that all of a sudden a lot of people are talking about. And so I got to give them credit for that. Also, the $75 million deal they did very recently to get into a ton more products. I got to give him credit for that as well. So I do look at Steve and I'm saying, oh man, he's actually making some really smart moves out there, and this company is growing, exponentially fast. So I continue to be a bull on this stock, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Like I said, the only way I can see the stock being let's call it a stock that's just a floundering stock, the only way I can see that is if there's a multi-year bear market in crypto. And I can deal with that, right? Because I'm not overexposed to the crypto market. I have my 30,000 plus VGX coins, and I have my Voyager position I have. Outside of that, I have basically almost no exposure to crypto. So if there's a multi-year bear market, it is what it is, right? I'm not going to trip off that. But as outside of that scenario, in my opinion, this is one of the most incredible opportunities, in my personal opinion, in the stock market. That's why I'm going to put my chips on the table. I'm not going to get overexposed to stock. I'm not going to make this in terms of the amount of money I put in. I'm not going to put 7 figures into the stock because it does have its risks, right? It's still on the OTC for now, which is kind of a good thing and bad thing, right? That means likely it's going to get on in the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ eventually, which is going to be a great thing. But as of right now, it is an OTC stock. So I do have to limit risk. It's just kind of funny. It's an OTC stock with a multi-billion-dollar valuation on it now, and such crazy growth. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, look at this. Next year, they're expected to do $528 million of revenue. Has anybody even accounted for the fact that they could, grab a lot more customers than I think a lot of folks realize? And has anybody accounted for the possibility that maybe next year is also another great year for crypto? Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. I think analysts are going a little conservative, which isn't a bad idea, especially with a newer company. But my gosh, is this an exciting opportunity? And so that's why I'm not selling it, guys. I'll hold, and it will be what it's going to be over the coming year. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to download the Hungry Bull on your iOS and Android store now. It's absolutely free to do so. Track your stocks, crypto, keep up with the news stories in relation to the market, as well as do things like listen to your Voyager earnings call on there, look at SEC reports, look at the financials, all that good stuff. Much love as always, guys, and have a great day.